Welcome back live to the Broncos locker room. Denver falls to Kansas City and are eliminated from the playoffs. It's still strange for me to say. I'm sure it's strange for you to hear. This is a team that, always wins the division, defending Super Bowl champs, and now there is no postseason, Justin.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a hard pill to swallow. A lot of effort out there amongst the guys, and we just can't get it done in the end.
You score the game's only touchdown for the Broncos. It comes after a big turnover by the defense. Do you kind of feel like that point, hey, we got down 2, but all of a sudden we're right back in this thing?
Yeah, definitely. We get up on the board, momentum started to turn our way. Was hoping for the best and didn't turn out that way.
And then I mentioned the touchdown. You guys only scored 2 touchdowns in the last 3 games, and every time it seems like, okay, the Broncos to get something done. Something happens, whether it be a penalty, a turnover, something, and it just doesn't fall your way.
Yeah, we shot ourselves in the foot too many times today, whether it be penalties and, turn over the ball or, not converting on third down. Those things that we can control, we didn't get done today.
After a devastating defeat like this, what is said in the locker room? I saw Kubiak, spent a lot of time in here talking to you guys afterwards.
Just that he loves us. It wasn't due to a lack of effort. A lot of guys were going out there battling their tails off, trying to win a football game. The ball didn't bounce our way a few times, and we didn't execute when we needed to down the stretch in order to get some points on the board. So it's just unfortunate, a lot of frustration.
Do you feel pretty good coming into this thing? Were you aware that, for instance, that Baltimore had lost, and even though some things still had to happen, you guys had a pretty good shot to make it in if you took care of business?
Yeah, we knew the whole week that it was on us. None of that other stuff mattered if we didn't take care of business, and we didn't take care of business today, so we're not moving on.
Just one final thing for you. How tough is it now for next week? You got the Raiders coming into town. You can play spoiler, but how tough is that to motivate to be a spoiler for a team that's so used to being in the playoffs?
Oh, it won't be tough at all. It's our job to play football and go out there and put our best foot forward, and we'll do that. There's men in this locker room, resilient men and fighters, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to fight till we're over.
Justin, I appreciate your time. Thank you. Okay, back to you guys.
We were discussing just a moment ago, Kyle, that sometimes you hear the most interesting things after losses, not the cliches you normally get after wins. I thought so far the most powerful thing we heard was from Chris Harris, who repeated, I think 3 times, we didn't deserve to make the playoffs, and he's right.
There you go. Yeah, and that was somewhat apparent a couple of weeks ago, hoping that they might kick it in. Never happened. So holiday-wise, I am not what Santa would describe as a good boy this year, but all I want for Christmas is Aqib Talib live on our air before we get off tonight. That's all I want.
You might get it.
That's all I want.
You know what? It's unbelievable you said that, because we're working on it, and I'm looking at a monitor right now where Aqib is now in focus. Take it, baby.
You're killing me. Oh, you're killing me.
Can't take
this
it yet.
This is the worst.
Oh,
I shook the present. It made the noise that I wanted.
And you said that without knowing
opened it.
We were about to get Aqib Talib. Now we can do it. Talk to us, Aqib, and say something good.
So he put the work in the off season, and when we get off work, you know what I'm saying, with that iPad, he put the work in to be a professional. So most of the time, the guys who put the work in, man, you'll be successful. You got the stats.
Keith, how tough is it for you? Chris was talking about it too. You guys, you're on one side of the ball. You can cover, but there's only so much you can do. And when they're not targeting you and not targeting Chris, it's tough to make that impact, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, man. It's tough, but it's still how we look at it, man. It's still plays out there to be made, man. It's still run plays, man. We can get our hands on the football. There's some type of way we can make a play, man. That just didn't happen today.
And I know you've talked about the fact that the last 2 games you hadn't gotten that turnover. Where you did today, and it led right to a touchdown, though.
Right. That's what we hang our hat on, man. We want to get turnovers, man, and spark the offense, man. Just ain't been going that well for us the last couple weeks.
How would you describe the mood of you guys coming in? Is it anger? Is it sadness? Is it frustration? Or kind of all the above?
Coming in from out on the field, just frustrated, man. Frustration. We don't have no chance to go to the postseason this year, man. So anytime when you know your season is over after a game, man, it's frustrating.
And obviously you guys had struggled. You'd lost 3 in a row, 4 or 5 now. I mean, 2 touchdowns in 3 games is pretty tough. But it just seemed like in this locker room there was this feeling of, when it comes down to it, we're going to find a way to get in.
We definitely, I'm surprised y'all felt like that, because we definitely felt like that, man. We felt like at any moment we're going to get this thing rolling and we're going to get in the playoffs and nobody's going to want to do it, man. So it just didn't go that way.
How are you going to look back at the season? How are you going to remember the season?
Man, we're going to learn from it. We're going to get better. We're going to watch the tape. Coach is going to break down the tape, see where teams was attacking us on D, and we're gonna get better from it.
I know on defense, especially between you guys here, this is not a team that needs motivation, but will it give you a little extra motivation for next year?
Definitely, man. We feel like we the best D, man. So anytime we gave up 500 yards tonight, so we definitely got work to do.
Final thing, with that said, will you get a little extra for Oakland? Because they got a lot to play for. You guys can spoil some stuff for them.
Yeah, well, we definitely not going to hold our heads down, man. We got another game to play, and we're going to come in Wednesday. We're going to prepare like that.
Appreciate time, Keith. Thank you. All right, guys, we'll send it back to you.
You got the Aqib Talib interview, but you didn't get naughty Aqib. You got nice Aqib.
I
know what you were looking for.
Yeah.
Sorry we couldn't deliver.
All right. We'll be right back.
Now's your